back up.
Well, my great-grandfather came out from New York in the early 1850s, actually 1848. He bought property on the waterfront. He was instrumental at the time of San Francisco is the world's largest natural harbor. It has a 30-foot drop right off the foot of the rocks to bring your ships right up to. And there was a problem with the docks always washing out because of the great tide pool, and he had introduced the idea of sinking other clipper ships to put the pilings in order to keep them from washing out, and you could have a wharf without that problem. Except that it caught on like wildfire, and the rubble off Telegraph Hill, where the bay harbor actually starts, and then it wraps around to the southwest down past Hunters Point and whatnot. But the first docks and harbors were right there at the foot of Telegraph Hill, and they used to use the rubble from Telegraph Hill to fill the ships for ballast because they had no return cargo. They would put the rubble from Telegraph Hill, and the streets of Liverpool are paved with Telegraph Hill gravel because of they unload it when they got to England. And another little side note, it's so fascinating an era with everything jumping off like wildfire in every direction. And the fact that San Francisco started that way with the gold being the big draw, it was a like a one-time sort of mechanism of drawing all the people there. That this is an important fact, that because it built up this whole mystique about the area, where you talk about the Barbary Coast and how cutthroat and how dangerous it was, and people were being shanghaied and shipped to China for labor on the ship and things like that. And it was all created in this same mechanism effect of the gold and the area and whatnot. So when people got there, they had this unique feeling that they could do anything. They could let go of all their inhibitions. They were no longer tied to the east, where their roots were and their families, but they were because they took the chance to make $1 million, or took the chance to come out and take their shot at it. It built this whole mystique about the area that gave people this sort of attitude that became a political sort of catalyst for some very corrupt individuals. Oh, the boat. So on his properties that he had on in the foot of Telegraph Hill, which is now Levi Strauss Plaza, are the remains of one of these ships that he acquired and sunk there to create his wharf. Everything he could ship to California was sold before he got there. I mean, it was like you couldn't have a better market. And but there it came a time where, because of his neighbors filling their docks and piers up with the rubble, it actually lowered the water table such that ships could no longer navigate the corner to slip into his wharf. Apparently, the Maritime Museum was happy to rename it the Frederick Griffing after not having conclusive evidence it was any other name ship. But the records are, quite well preserved of every craft that moved in the water. So today it's the Frederick Griffing, which lays in the mud in the Levi Strauss Plaza, which has a potential for a historical site, perhaps a museum someday, and